If you missed part one, go ahead and check that one out first. We covered real situations stylists face that can make or break your career. But now in part two, we're digging in deeper, from how to handle non-paying clients to setting boundaries that protect your peace and your paycheck. Let's get into it, guys. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Cutting Up with the Hairboard. This is part two of our powerful conversation, The Power of Professionalism. What every stylist needs to know.
All right, Crystal, what was your response to the
I
lady?
was trying to understand like where they both was coming from, meaning like again, like sometimes some of my clients who have braids in their hair for a long time, they'll shampoo and wash their, detangle, shampoo and wash it, and then I don't care if they did it 30 minutes before. I normally do because again, I'm all about nurturing the hair. So I'm gonna put that moisture back, whether they say, well, I washed it already or anything. State law, state board. I gotta wash your hair regardless.
Yeah.
I gotta look
Yeah.
at your scalp. I gotta be able to see. I don't care. Again, I probably will fuss at you, but congratulations. You like, thank you, Jesus, that you took that time because you knew that I was
Yeah.
going to start talking.
And shampooing your own hair is not the same as a shampoo from a
Exactly.
professional. So
Right.
yeah, if they come in like, oh, I already
Especially
washed,
if they
I gotta
I'm
at least
going to
wash it
clarify
once.
you.
Yeah, because we got to examine
I
that
gotta-
scalp.
Yeah,
We gotta
and
see.
clarify the hair.
Yeah.
So you might have still used Dove or
Ooh.
praise the Lord. I love you though, Dove.
Boop boop.
I know. I'm sorry.
I like their body wash.
Yeah,
Yes.
me
It's
too.
nice.
I actually love the deodorant, the aerosol.
Oh, that's
I love the
Yes.
aerosol.
That right there.
It
is
definitely
the bomb.
works all
All
24 hours and even 48 if you
Come
push
on,
it.
sponsor us,
Oh,
Dove.
what?
That's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
If you
Let that
push
go.
it.
That's a
Let
whole
that
nother
go right there.
conversation.
Okay.
But I
All
say
right.
yes.
Anyway.
Okay.
So yeah.
Clarify.
So yes, the stylist canceled the appointment, like told her I can't do your hair, and she just didn't really understand because she was like, when you wash it again, either way it's going to be,
My thing,
you need to detangle it again because of her texture of hair, and I don't think that necessarily, because of the different cultures and background, you might not understand, they might, the stylist might not have really understood what she was trying to say, which I
There was
understand
a
what she's trying
language
to say.
barrier.
Well, the stylist was, I think she said Dominican.
But that don't mean
It's not
I can speak English and understand.
not saying that she didn't understand, but apparently she wasn't in this situation. The girl felt like she wasn't getting what she was saying.
Got you.
Right.
I don't
She
know.
just had to clarify
I don't.
herself
Yeah,
more.
I don't know in any other situation.
all right.
So she was repeating. She was like, "No, this is exactly what you said on the phone. That's what I did. Like, so I did comb my hair out, but she thought she didn't.
She just
but
didn't. She combed her hair. She just didn't wash it.
She detangled it and she washed it.
Oh, so she did come washing. Then how was her hair looking?
But she was like, "Oh well, it looked like natural hair."
She wanted
okay, I
so
get what you're
she
saying.
wanted to shampoo it again, and the
And
person said no, that
No.
they don't.
The girl just was like, "It's going to do the same thing." So either way, like,
I'm gonna say I know
I don't
exactly
know.
what was going on.
tell me what was
and
going on.
no, because that's a whole nother topic.
Oh.
Everybody who what you just said, we all know what was going on. Now, my whole thing is, if somebody don't want to service me, I won't go.
Exactly.
And that's it. This is it where a lot of times people have to understand, like old school, you come into a salon so you can see if that's going to be your vibe.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, then you could have got the vibe and the understanding. And then if anybody who don't want to service me, I'm not going to patronize you.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's and keep it pushing.
And that's-
everything ain't for everybody.
You're right. And the thing is, when you're doing the online appointments, you don't necessarily know. And she probably didn't realize until the young lady got here, like, oh, yeah,
I never talked to her on the
I don't
phone.
really
Right.
do that. But even if you talk on the phone,
Yeah.
if you don't know texture.
Because we have
and-
Right.
because we have had that happen always too. Because you thinking you're they booking for an hour and they come in and they have like two heads
3
full of
hours.
hair. So you looking like, and they come in, their hair,
Yeah.
and you like, I'm thinking I'm gonna beat this head down real quick, and you
No.
like,
No, that's my daughter. Negative.
Yeah, my sister, like my
Yeah.
family got hair like that. Like my sister, my mother,
Mom.
they all had that type of hair. So it's just like,
Can you do my hair real quick? Negative.
and you like,
Ain't nothing
you
quick
know,
about that.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like my sister alone had enough hair for 2 people just in the
Yes.
top of her head.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
look at that and you looking like, okay,
Who you telling?
I'm gonna be thrown
Why
off.
she got
Right.
locks
So
now?
Day is all off.
but my whole thing is ways that you can do things. Like I said,
Yeah.
when you become seasoned, you know how to work things. You say, you know what, I did not allot for this time for you because I'm thinking it was just for an hour.
Right.
Let me do such and such and such. Can I move your time
Yeah.
to another date? And then maybe you can even say, well, I'm gonna give you $15 off or whatever percentage you want off,
Yeah.
depending on the
Right.
price of your silk press. Just because
Yes.
it'll keep you happy, it'll keep the client happy, and then they'll be like, well, they did this. It might have been our fault. You could even say, it was my fault. I didn't.
But what happens
you know,
if it's my birthday and I need my hair done for tonight?
Well, the thing is this, it would be like it's just different ways you have to do that. Now, if it's your birthday tonight, I'm gonna be like, well, if we put you in here, you're gonna have to pay more money because you have 2 hours. And really the type of hair that you have is for 2 bookings.
Well, it's also the stylist's fault for not doing a consultation because this would have never happened.
Because it's not just
Right.
the client, it's the stylist. So this is why I say you need to come into these salons and see what vibe it is. Okay? Because people can always say this particular salon is this and that's that, and you walk in there and
It's
you
really
be looking
not.
like it's the dun. Like, you know what I mean? We're not getting ready to do none of that.
And then,
You know
and
what I mean?
another
Like,
thing
for
is,
real. Like, come
can't.
on.
and another thing is, don't think what you do with your old stylist that you go somewhere else and that person can do what your old stylist can do. Your stylist been doing your hair for years, so they can probably get you in and out in an hour and a half. If you go to someone new, they don't know nothing about you.
Exactly.
So it's going to take them longer to do what your client
Yes.
been doing on your hair for the last 10 years.
And that's true. That's me. If I get somebody new, I always spend about an hour and some change on because I have to learn your hair and how it moves.
Right.
If
Now-
somebody that I've done on regular, I could probably get them out within 30 minutes.
Right.
Because you know how they hair, you know what it is, you know if they
You
got
know what they
Kaale,
like.
right, this, that, and third. Yeah.
But still, even I don't care if you've been doing clients for 2 days or 2 decades.
No
Clients-
more open shirts.
No more.
No, because for real, because your clients that you've been doing for years, they go through changes as well.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sometimes they might have experienced hair loss. Sometimes
Yeah.
their hair might start growing because they get on certain medications or steroids and their hair start growing.
Yeah.
So you still need to,
Especially
even though
if they're
they,
going
even
through
though they're your
menopause.
clients, sometimes they might act like your family. You still have to treat it as a business and still
Of course.
do things differently.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You always need to just check. And this is why I say, people think old school is old school, but no, this is
It's
why you need to
still
come
here.
in
Yeah,
to
you
these
gotta.
salons. You need to come in and you need to talk to the stylist.
Yeah.
Because you have to figure out if that is your vibe. You have
Yeah.
to figure out if
Have
they know
that
what they're
instinct,
talking about.
energy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, professionalism, like, we are the professionals. You should be able to look at somebody here, feel it. We are people that we have to feel, we have to touch.
Yeah.
If their hair is dry, you have to
touch.
tell them this is what you need. You need a conditioner. You need a protein. You need this. You need a steam or what have you.
Yeah.
This is
Start
going to work
asking
because
if
of
they
that.
drinking their water or taking their
Yes.
vitamins.
Yeah.
All of that. So this is what I'm saying. You have to go in and really have a face-to-face conversation
Yeah.
Okay.
and move on. That's why you charge for
Yes.
a consultation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's
All
it.
right.
And this is why we call him the Dean.
But
Well, I
no
do
more,
like that.
no more open shirts though.
I won't. I won't. I won't
Seem a
put that-
little aggressive.
Yeah.
little rah-rah.
He ready to fight. He ready to rumble.
So guys, did you guys see the other video online where it was a makeup artist and the makeup artist had just finished her client's makeup, looked beautiful, and then
Yes.
and that's a plug for her because she does makeup, does wonderful makeup, absolutely great makeup. Yes, she does. She's multifaceted.
Thank you.
Yes, Crystal. But back to it.
receive it. I receive
The young lady, after she finished doing her makeup, the young lady was going through her pocketbook and was like, "Oh, I forgot my wallet in the car. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my wallet." So the stylist was like, "Oh, well, that's fine. Just leave your purse or your phone here. Just just so I know that you're gonna come back." And then the client was like, "Oh no, I don't know you that well, so I don't trust you. But I'll be right back. I promise I'll be right back." And then, the MUA was like, no, well, I don't feel comfortable as well. Mm-hmm. And then the client went to go badgering her. I have money. I'm not broke. And then she said quite a few things that was very concerning. Very concerning.
It doesn't look good anyway.
It doesn't look good anyway. The lashes this, that. And then she tried to leave out on her and tried to go out the door and not pay her. What would you guys do in this exact situation? After you just finished, and then now it's not she's trying to walk out. She's trying to run out. And she's of legal age. She is an adult.
About her makeup.
She's an adult. She did her research.
Are we being professional?
And she said that she liked it in the beginning.
Yeah, she liked it.
She liked it.
Anyway,
you're going to jail.
Or prison.
But wait. At the end, because the girl was nice. At the end, all of a sudden, you hear the.
You heard a taser.
Taser. She was like, because you're not
run them pockets.
See, let me be quiet.
So actually, I'm gonna start out with Crystal.
I got one too.
I'm gonna start out with Crystal with this one. What would you in that situation after you done labored over this young lady's face? Turned her face card that was declining into a card that went through. So what would you do in this situation?
See, that is again, it all starts with consultation. Mm-hmm. And with makeup artists, most of the time, makeup artists, you definitely have to put at least a good amount of a deposit down. Mm-hmm. And, to secure it, regardless, it's non-refundable. Make sure your policy and cancellation and all that's good. Woo, Jesus. Again, the good old, I say yes. But that old, I would have followed her to her car. Mm-hmm. Definitely followed her to her car. And then, in the name of Jesus.
It's Sunday now.
Okay, you did go to church today.
Please, Lord, forgive me. Mm-hmm. She would have tried to deny it and then try to still run off. I always carry a water bottle. She would have had some type of water with some oil on there. Okay. So when she got in that car, she looked in the mirror, all that makeup running.
But my thing is, that's too much. Everybody, it's too much to be running after people.
Again,
yeah.
My whole thing is this:
jail.
Right. Well, yeah, you going to jail. That's you going to do that.
My thing is, what's wrong with these people that feel that they could come and get a good service and want to try to run out on us?
But the whole thing is,
with the hustle.
This is the reason why.
Gonna do that at no food.
She said that she was basically a peasant, and that because we're in the beauty industry, that's what we do.
This is the reason why you need cameras in your establishment.
I have them.
All right.
Have the thing is, this is why you can record things. Mm-hmm. They go out. All you do, let them run out. You take their tag numbers. You give them a description.
That's right.
You call the cops, and you go into jail.
And that's what you professional. Now, me from old school.
Yes.
Now, for me from old school, now he's very professional. Ooh, he very.
I am old school too, but the thing is, I'm not going to. I'm not chasing nobody no more.
Just so y'all know, that's just the professional side of the dean.
Yes.
Right. I just want to know what the other side is.
Yes.
So now, me as a hairstylist, don't do that. Now, me as a hairstylist, what I would have done, I would have walked her to the car. Mm-hmm. But I always carry a spray. You gotta have that gray coverage. Mm-hmm. That's what I say.
Well, you had your cousins with you?
No, gray coverage.
The gray,
the little root spray.
I said, well, you know what? Since you want, I said, well, let me just polish it off since you don't have the money. I would have covered her eyes and I would have sprayed. I said, well, you have a nice day.
But my thing is, I heard also what people are doing today is when they be like, oh, leave your pocketbook. They leave the pocketbook and it's nothing in it.
That's why you need the
worth anything. Like they go buy a real cheap pocketbook somewhere, throw whatever.
That happened to us at my salon.
And they leave it.
Yeah. This happened to you? You mind indulging?
Lady came in, looked like high end, nice, and she got the whole works from one of our colleagues. The works? My job. Mm-hmm. And she's, I forgot my wallet, and she left her purse in the chair. So who's thinking of? She's very nice, got along with everybody. Went to her car and left. and then they come to find out she did it to other salons.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
Yeah, and that was horrible.
So she was a habitual
Line
runner.
crosser.
Yes, doing that all the time.
Habitual line crosser.
And but you know, so what do you do with people like that?
Well, I'm
Jail.
I'm gonna tell you. Anybody new? I'm gonna be real with you. Anybody new? If you come on my books or what have you, I do an investigation. I do go to your Instagram. I go to your Facebook. I see who you hang with. I see if you a booster or not. I'm real rap.
Do you?
We gotta investigate our client.
I'm for real, like, because it's a certain
It's a certain
back then when I started, I took everybody. At a certain point in life, I'm not taking.
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just not taking.
I'm not.
And we not, because like I said, we've been in the game
Crystal's
too
done
long.
that to me, recommend me
I
clients.
recommend people all day.
Like, we're not getting ready to play these games. This is the problem. It's too many games being played.
Yes.
And people are playing in people's faces because they're not professional and they know they're not professional.
Yeah.
Right.
Real professional people are not
don't
online
get this
talking
problem.
about how much money you make.
No.
They're not on there being disrespectful to the clients.
No.
You know, they are going to have rules and policies that need to be followed, you know, from beginning to end. When you come to the salon that I work at, you is a boutique salon.
Yes, it is.
You come in there,
So beautiful.
you get the highest service possible that we know how to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody
They
is
stay
welcome,
educated.
educated. The thing is, even the women that we deal with, and even the men even that come in there, they are of a certain caliber. When you come in, these are professional people that still have to work. Some of them still working as you doing their hair. So nobody have time for foolishness.
Damn right.
You understand what
That's
I'm saying?
right.
Yes.
Nobody have time for that.
Everybody's there
When
for
you
the
young,
same goal.
you know what I mean? When we started out as teenagers and 20s, you young, you crazy, you just
hustle,
everywhere.
just
Right.
trying to
You understand what I mean? Your adrenaline is everywhere. You like, I'm getting my money. You know, just you showing out being wild sometimes.
Right.
Is that what I
That's-
heard
Is
right
that
now?
what you think
Showing
that's
up
happening
being
now?
wild?
Say it again.
Oh
I
God.
think that's what's happening
No,
with
you old
these younger
spirit.
cosmetologists that
Because
they just all want to try and be.
But see, okay, so not to cut you, so this is what it is. We the older generation, we came up under people that showed you how you supposed to do business.
That's right.
Today they using the internet to show them how to do business.
Yeah.
And that's not the proper way. Everybody want to click and a like and thinking it's cute to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
And it's
Right.
So
not.
now the fact that
with the children.
right, yeah, it's just you have to
other
like
Instagram.
you have to be up under somebody. You have to be trained under people to show you the professionalism, to show you how to move up in the industry,
Yeah.
to show you how to speak to people.
But see,
That's
a lot
right.
of people that's in this business, they about the hustle. It's a hustle to them. It's not,
And
you
we
know, they
love
just
it.
consider it as a hustle,
It's just getting money.
and it's
Get
just a,
rich.
it's a hot mess.
And they don't have the professionalism in them. And that's why.
That's why because they don't treat it as a profession.
Yeah,
Right.
they don't
And see, this
treat it
is my profession,
Right.
and I'm a business owner. So you know, I see.
But see,
We just see we
It's
were brought up
Differently.
different.
Totally
you
different.
have to, and the thing is, you train people. You know people are not going to stay with you forever, so you train
Yes.
them
Right.
so they can have their own businesses or to go on
Yes.
and work their way up in the industry, whatever it is, whether it be platform
so
work
proud
or
of
what
the
have you.
Right.
Whether
I
you
know.
become an educator. But the thing is, we were taught back then how to handle the business
Yes.
as a stylist.
Yes.
So you know the business. Just like even back then, you know, because I used to work for Crystal. We used to teach
He
them.
worked with me, not for me.
but, you know-
we were team partners all the time.
Because you know she
I
had
don't
brought me
believe
in.
in employees.
We always had that friendship, but the thing
No,
is,
I had some employees. Wasn't nobody.
Nobody. If you
No,
was
but-
not a
Can't
part
be.
of building
But she
or
had brought-
anything,
she had brought
I
me
did not
on
do
as
no-
one of her
Yeah,
creative
not them.
I ain't
directors and
heard.
stuff like that.
Right.
So, you know, as people, we bring in some of our people that have been in the industry for years and know how to move and stuff. Because you know, we all have other backgrounds that sit up here. We all have other backgrounds than just being a
Like
stylist.
Erica.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is with some of my background, I showed her what you need to do, how to maneuver to get your product moving.
I see,
Then on
yes.
top of that, we also taught some of the stylists about even how much it costs for a pump of shampoo. Like you can't use a specific brand of shampoo. Some of these shampoos are starting off at $60 to $100 for 1 liter, literally.
Yep.
I can say the name. However,
Who you
you
telling?
cannot sit there and just be pumping like
Oh
this.
no,
And
no,
it's-
no,
and you have a
One
shampoo.
pump. One pump.
One, I'm for real. Like you
Rinse and
cannot,
no, for real,
you
yeah.
cannot sit there and be pumping like this for a bottle of shampoo that's cost $64 or either $100+ and you doing this and just a whole bunch of shampoo.
I used to scream.
But see, people don't understand that
It's a
because they
business.
don't know the back. You know, they don't
Right.
know. They don't understand what's going on in the back.
And even though if you a stylist, we want to teach you that just because you open up your own business or now booth renting is becoming a big thing
legal.
up north because down south is a big thing. So even if you purchase your own supplies, you'll realize, okay, I'm pumping too much. This is too, you start seeing all your money.
Yeah, because now you see the invoices.
Yeah. And
So
to piggyback on what y'all saying, even me, I'm new to the game. So I could have gone out and just got a chair and everything, but I decided, even speaking with Unc, the one who I call father, he even told me that, you need to be in a salon and you need to see how it works. So I work behind a shampoo bar all during the week, and then during the weekends I'm on the floor. But being that I'm behind there, I'm learning the value of products. I'm learning how to use the products properly. Like, I've done hair my entire life, but now I'm a professional. Now I'm learning how to do it correctly and how to make sure I'm not overusing the product. Because like you said, things are expensive.
And most
Extremely
of the time
expensive.
it's concentrated.
Right. And the difference is a new hairstylists, a lot of times, like for a can of hairspray, new hairstylists, they're like, psh, when you own something, psh, psh.
Wait, no,
That's it. Okay, I'm just saying.
that was just something. What are you doing? He parting his. I said no. He's right. No. Give me that.
Talk about it.
Come on now.
So
Wait. The one who says he does that but be macing people with hairspray all the time. I don't know how many times I've been offended by by a can of hairspray.
Well, only time you do that is you want people to shut up. Glue your mouth, okay?
alrighty. No hairspray for you.
Okay.
Right?
I'm just saying.
So,
That is funny.
my thing is with longevity in this business, to me, like one of the things, when I had my salon, well, I still have a salon, but it's just me now. Thank God. But when, I had, the bigger salon and I had employees, one of the things, like when I interview stylists, new stylists or whatever, my thing was, you want long money.
Yes.
Not short money.
Right.
And I don't think they really understand. So I had to explain to them like, listen, I'm more so about quality than quantity.
Right.
Where
That's
you
right.
can have
The
20
practice makes
people,
perfect.
you rush, I got 20 people on my book today, I'm gonna make that money. You come in, you just getting them done, shuffling them out. But
I remember this.
they don't come back because they were not happy. I would rather have 10 people on my book for the day. I can take my time, get them done right, put in, the time that I need to put in with them, and they're happy and they come back every 2 weeks.
And that, I definitely noticed that, especially because even though I am the Prince of Precision and I'm very on time, I do take longer doing things. But
that's okay.
But you know what?
It
You
takes
have
People
sped
pay
up.
for that.
yeah, and
But you have sped up because you've been doing it more, so I'm proud of you.
so what I realize is people like that intimate setting because everybody around the world is always running back and forth. But when they're getting time, just even when by shampoos, I'm shampooing people's hair for 5 minutes, but you can see you can see the stress lifting off of them because
Right.
you're taking your time and you're giving them a quality shampoo and making them feel good. And that's what matters because you want these people to come back. And when you treat people like that, they're going to be faithful to you.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Because we ain't gonna just be running through these streets. We want somebody to, to sit there.
Yes, and I thank you, all my loyal clients. I love you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But see, this is
I
where,
say yes.
again, professionalism,
Yes.
learning
Jail.
the business, you know, training, the training the stylist
Yes.
because of this. It takes all of that
Yes.
to be professional. Like back in the day, you could work for this salon, but everybody who went to that salon, you knew that they went to that specific salon because it was a look that they had in the image. You know what I mean? And that's what needs to come back. Is just have that image. People don't respect themselves, so that's why they don't respect others.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is why you have to have policies and procedures. If it's not a good fit, sometimes you could tell right from the rip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't call us, we'll call you. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
You need to get into training the stylist and tell them just don't always wait for the owners to pay for something or to pay for education. Go out and look over it, look on your own.
You're investing in yourself.
Yeah, big time.
Yes, definitely.
So all of that. So, train them how to retain the clients.
Yeah.
You want that retention. Like you said,
Yeah.
you want quality.
Yes.
And the thing is, you don't even have to have 10 people. You can have 3 to 5 people.
Exactly.
But you could do and charge, say for instance, $500 on up for a service. Like if you're doing extensions, boom, boom. You can just do 2 or 3 people and make a week or 2 worth of money.
Right. Yeah.
It's all about your location. It's all about your professionalism. It's all about how you speak to people because you also have to learn how to speak the language of who you want to.
You about to go ahead with it right there.
Okay, if you want to attract money,
Show your
you got to
and present yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
Like the short shorts and the belly shirts and
Because growing up back when we came up, we were sharper than razors going into the salon.
Oh yeah.
I'm for real.
All
Like
day for real.
labeled down.
Right.
You feel me? Like one time, when you're young, I'm Dobby all the time. So I used to come in. After a while, I had one client used to be like, "Oh, I'm paying you too much." I told her, "You ain't paying me enough."
Okay.
And the funny thing was the one that said that to me was the one that never paid as much as the rest of them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Something?
I'm talking about that one.
Okay.
And then one time I had to calm myself down. I had to not wear what I used to wear, but then I said, "For what?"
Why you cutting yourself back? You don't do that.
You
Right.
But the thing is, people always got something to say.
They
So, but
do.
the clients that you want, you have to attract. So normally, she was no longer my client after a while.
Right.
But you have to speak the language of people.
Right.
Well,
That's just what it is.
so after I'm gonna piggyback before we have to go. Let me piggyback off of what the dean was saying. What are some habits, some professional habits that you believe that keeps the clients coming back? Like what are some habits that you guys do to keep them coming back?
Running on time.
Yeah.
You're not just stopping in the middle of their service to take to have a conversation.
They had.
And your
You know,
clients
yes.
and not being rushing. Not rushing client. A client do not want to feel like a number.
Right.
No.
You're so right about that.
They don't. And they like when they come to see you.
Yeah.
And they like you and your talent.
Yeah.
And they like spending time
That
get the mental
energy.
from you. You have to counsel them. You have to rub them.
Yes.
Staying
That's why.
And they feel
Getting these
rejuvenated when
free.
they leave from you.
Yeah.
So I can give a 2-in-1.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's right.
So what do you think, Crystal? What are some of your professional habits that have your clients continue coming back to you?
Staying educated. Being
Yes.
crystal. They come to get most of them come because they want to laugh. I think they really laughing at me and not with me.
No, they were laughing with you.
Right.
Don't do that.
Crystal.
Hey, because I crack myself up sometimes. Well, right now we're laughing at me and laugh at myself.
I say yes.
Baby girl be like, Mama, you laughing at? I sure am. I'm laughing at myself.
No, yeah.
If you only knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But they really, most of the time they come back because, I try to keep them educated by the inside and outside of themselves.
Right.
Come for the entertainment. They feel safe.
Right.
They feel like most
Yes.
of them fall asleep, man. I'm like, oh, please.
You got that's when
But it
they
makes me
real
feel
comfortable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
But if
a
they're
lot
falling
of-
asleep, they're in a safe space. And I think especially with this time and how this world is, people need a safe
feel
space.
safe.
Yes.
In a space where they feel loved, cared. Because I hate to say, there's clients where they don't have nobody else at all. So
Yeah.
they come to the salon
Yes.
for conversations, for some people interaction.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I make sure that I pour into them like they're pouring into
Yeah.
me. Because we all want to feel beautiful. We all want to feel love. We all want to feel
Yeah.
catered
Yes.
to. So that's
gotta
the type of
accept it
energy I
more.
want to give off to my clients and to make them feel special.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
and especially being a female and in this field, they feel as though the women feel as though we can relate more to them dealing with certain issues that they feel like they can't
Especially
talk
now with
to.
menopause.
Yes, like they can't talk to their husbands or their mates about, and they feel like, okay, yeah, you probably understand. You got to be, empathetic, sympathetic.
Yeah, you do.
And,
The same for the men.
and the thing is, one of the most important things that I learned from the rip was when you walk through that door, whatever you had going on outside,
Stay
outside.
days outside.
Right.
It's
Put it
days
in the
where
basket.
days I don't want to talk to nobody. It's days that I'm just
Over it.
overwhelmed. It's day, but I'm in there smiling and hey,
We gotta remember, we always on stage.
yeah.
Always on
Always.
Put in
stage.
your Broadway smile.
See, and people be like, oh, they be so shocked, like, oh, I didn't know you were going through that. You're not supposed
To
to.
know.
Yeah.
Because it's not
It's not
You're
about
not
me.
supposed-
it's not about me, it's about you.
Yep.
Yes. All
But
right.
we're gonna close this out, guys. I just want to say thank you guys for coming out tonight.
I say yes.
And if you guys want to level up in your business, make sure you guys share this video, like, and subscribe.
Yes.
And you guys have a wonderful evening. Love you guys.
Bye.
Talk to you guys later.
Hasta luego.